Yes.
I'll be there. He's never hosted a meeting, ever. Why the change of heart?
He's unpredictable. He's discovered his civic obligations.
Been together long?
Who?
You and your partner?
Oh, no, it's not like that.
It certainly looks like that from here. Oh, so you've just recently hooked up?
No, you
got a husband? Or a boyfriend? Because the book's telling you a bit on the side.
He's not a bit on the side. He's far too pure of heart to be able to be a bit on the side. He's just an angel.
Serving of cheese and crackers.
What do you want to do next?
Well, I thought we could have a go at one man went to mow, you know, with all the quick fire impressions, but we can't do it now.
Well, we could if we practiced.
No, we can't do it because they're all you three.
Then that's it. God, you're right. He's not you three, is he?
Yeah, not yet, but he will be. But we can still do all the cartoon ones. Oh, Mr. Peevely, Mr. Peevely!
Do you think people still remember the Air Bear Bum?
Yes! People love remembering things that happened in the 70s.
This lot don't.
When I last did Panto...
In 1992, carry on.
When I last did Panto, I did them all. Hong Kong Phooey, Dick Dastardly, Mary Mungo and Midge.
What did you do for Mary Mungo and Midge?
I just watch the lift go down.
Well, that must have been a fun evening.
Well, it wasn't easy being one ugly sister.
All right, well, shouldn't we be thinking of something more contemporary? Who makes you laugh?
Hey?
What current stuff do you want to make you laugh?
I've always admired that young lad, Joe Pasquale.
He's 56. He's about as current as Kajagoogoo.
Funny bones, though, and he's a brilliant prop comic.
But if you still want to make it in this game, you've got to follow what the rules are now. With my business head on, I'll be looking at current trends, gaps in the market. At the moment, we're an outdated model.
It's heritage comedy. It's magic what we do. It's not a business.
It is a business, Len. Show business. And that's what you failed to grasp. And that's why.
What? Now tell me. Something's been on your mind for 30 years.
All right. Bernie Clifton's dressing room.
What about Bernie Clifton?
This station is Westminster. Change here for Circle and District Line. Exit here for Westminster Abbey and Houses of Parliament. This train terminates at... Circle and City Line and National Rail services.
Fucking rented anyway. You read that? You got a passport?
Why?
I met this bloke.
Look, I really didn't intend to joust with you. It isn't fair. You're here to learn Welsh.
Madam Speaker, a few weeks ago, the Prime Minister said that it was essential in the national interest that our options remained open on a single currency, and that he expected Conservative candidates to stand on that national manifesto. Is that still his expectation of Conservative candidates?
I think the right
Learn
honourable
through
gentleman
imitation.
before taking me to task on this. Before taking me to task on this, should perhaps talk to the scores of his own MPs that the right honourable gentleman, the member for Bethnal Green and Stepney, said would oppose his stance.
Good morning.
Good morning.
As the right honourable gentleman said, and I quote, I think it's an obligation to be honest with my own electorate, the right honourable gentleman said.
That's Peter Shaw he's talking
But
about.
the right honourable gentleman wouldn't understand that. He entered the House on an election address which demanded Britain's withdrawal from the community. Even though, Madam Speaker, he said later, I wasn't actually opposed to membership of the European community. I said within the closed doors of the Labour Party that I disagreed with the policy. Behind closed doors, he says one thing, in public another. Not the politics of conviction, but convenience, saying anything to get a vote. And that is what he advocates to his candidates.
Madam Speaker, if I can... Madam Speaker, the Labour Party put its manifesto to its membership and got 95% support. I doubt that he could put his manifesto to his cabinet and get 95% support. After all, I was only asking him to agree with what he himself said a few weeks ago. Well, if he can't say that he now expects Conservative candidates to do that, has he still the vestige of authority and courage left to stand at that dispatch box and say now that at least he strongly urges and seeks to persuade Conservative candidates to stand on his and the government's position?
Right honourable gentleman is just being plain silly. Is he telling this House that the right honourable gentleman, the honourable member for Bolsover, the right honourable gentleman for Chesterfield, the honourable gentleman for Newark are actually going to support his policy on Europe at the general election? He raises it on this day of all days. The first two Labour questioners on the order paper are both amongst the 50 who say we should not join a single currency. He may ask his candidates to fib to the electorate. Our candidates will set out their views. We will follow the policy that the government has set out. And people know our policy. What he's trying to do is to censor and smother what his party stands for.
I asked him two questions. I said, as he himself said a few weeks ago, does he expect them to stand on the same manifesto? I answer it, yes. I then asked him, will he at least seek to persuade people to stand on the same manifesto? I answer yes. He is so weak and powerless he can't even say. Well, is it not weak? He cannot even get to that. Oh yes.
A party political broadcast.
Is it not
Order, House must come to order.
Good evening. We in the Wood Party feel very strongly that the present weak drafting of the
that
local
the
government
Prime Minister of our country
leaves a lot to
can't
be desired.
even
And
urge his
we
party
intend
to
to
support
fight.
his own position? Yeah. Weak.
Well, it's a remarkable feat, which is why it's
then go public.
Weak.
Time to submit this proposal to the board.
Damn it, you promised me.
I did not promise.
A study where a naked woman mounts a mechanical phallus.
We've done here is revolutionary. You know it is.
It's not just the technology. The new data we're collecting dispels years of myths about how a woman's body anticipates sex.
We've already debunked many established theories, plus charted clear-cut stages of sexual response, 4 in all.
We're starting to see that some women are capable of multiple orgasms.
Why does your secretary keep talking to me? I already gave you my answer.
It's not an answer I can accept. I've made this hospital a fortune. Our patient base is tripled. We're ranked second in the country. Our donors can't write checks fast enough, in large part because of me. You know, I got us to where we are now. And this study, this is where we're going. This is the future. If you won't support me in blazing that trail, then I'll find another hospital that will.
Dangerous game you're playing.
Well, it's not a game. I need an answer by the end of today.
Would you like to see what our old friend Bruce Wayne has in his head?
Riddle me this. What kind of a man has bats on the brain? Go ahead. You can say it. You're a genius.
Underneath the bellied skies, where dust and rain find space to fall and lie and change again, without a care or mind at all for art and life and things above. In that there, look just there, no right, left, up, down, past or future, we have but ourselves to fear.
Hugh, you chose that poem. For God's sake, why?
I chose it for a number of reasons, Stephen.
Chief amongst them being?
Well, can I perhaps turn that question round and say, because it was short?
The poem?
Yes.
And that's important.
Well, yes, it seems to me, with the pace of modern life being what it is, most people just haven't got time to spend on long poems, and therefore this is something that would ideally suit the short-haul commuter or the busy housewife, and leave plenty of time over for other sporting and leisure activities.
Well, that represents quite a boon.
Oh, an enormous boon.
Well, we're always on the lookout for enormous boons. Is it perfectly safe?
Oh, it's absolutely safe, yes.
Presumably, though, there must be shorter poems than that.
Oh, good heavens, yes.
Good heavens, yes.
Good heavens, yes.
Oh.
There's a poem by Richard Maddox called Institutions, which I can read for you.
Please.
Right. Les.
That is short.
It's very short, yes.
Too short, perhaps?
Possibly.
Nonetheless, it might suit, say, the very busy senior executive who's only got a few moments to snatch between meetings and so on.
Well, that, of course, is the market that Maddox was aiming for.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, round about this time, a lot of people are starting to think about going on summer holidays. Do you have any advice as to the kind of poems that might be suitable, say, for a family about to embark on a budget bargain break weekend fortnight getaway day now?
Well, yeah, can I first of all issue a warning to any family planning to take poetry on holiday with them?
And that warning is?
Be careful.
Well, that sounds like it.
Check with your travel agent to see if there are any specific customs regulations regarding poetry, and if you're travelling outside the EEC, wrap up warm.
Right. Do you have any particular advice on how to carry poetry abroad?
Ah, yes. Now, I would say it's definitely worth investing in a proper travelling poetry bag.
A travelling poetry bag?
A travelling poetry bag, yes. You can get one of these at most big high street travelling poetry bag shops.
Right. Now, I believe you've got one more.
Sure, Muffin doesn't come until these houses pick up. We don't want him getting cold feet about the movie.
All right, I won't invite him until we get to London.
All right. You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Here. What time's our train?
8:05.
What time's it now?
Hold this. I fucking... Well, tell me, what am I?
You're a cunt. Do we really need...
Well, you see, I knew that. You see, that was something I did know. Timing is everything. When we built the hacienda, it was too soon. When we built the factory office, it was too late. It did, however, have a zinc roof, which was very, very cool, even though you could only see it if you were in a helicopter. The last factory has a proper...
It's MDF. It's made of MDF.
What are all these about? How much was it? It's not the materials, okay? It's the design. You're paying for design.
I didn't ask about the
It's
material.
brilliant.
I asked how much it was.
It's 30 grand. But,
Did you pick the shape? It was what?
no, the shape...
What? What?
I've had enough. If Phil's going, I'm going.
Why are you doing this, Dave?
I just can't stand you, Ollie.
Do you speak?
I'm sorry.
Right. Excuse me a moment, I think I'm going to be sick.
Roughly how many animals did you lose?
3. Pickles the chimp was from my brother-in-law, the goat was from a gypsy in Tadcaster, and the pig was a favour from a farmer friend in Scholes. I mean, I've got nothing now. The pig was there, the chimp was there. I mean, it's just all gone. Everything's gone.
Right. What the hell, Phil? I forgot about it. It's not my responsibility. Yeah, well, now where? Now please, left or right? Has to be left.
To tell me the truth.
We've been traveling for 15 days, Mrs. Gray. Maybe we could talk about this at another time.
Yes. Let's go home and we can talk.
You have no home until you tell me the truth. Yeah.
Michael! Hello, love. Welcome to...
I left school too early. Did you read the bit about the rules?
Do you want to fuck? I think so.
You don't want to eat?
No.
You've got calls?
Yeah.
It's Ruby's birthday today, Tommy. Do you know why I took her to Arthur's? Because she said she's scared of you. And she knows you're going to come home, she's a different kid. But I've bought a cake. Don't want you there. We're in the drawing room.
Lizzie. I'm in a room. And they're coming at me. But it's okay. I want them to. Last thing I want is silence.
standing up there in silence, and someone says, sorry about all that noise. Sorry about all that dust. Sorry about all that mud. And all that fucking blood. And you say, don't be sorry. Don't be sorry, it's all I can do now. You want me to write this down? Do you want me to write you a fucking letter? Me and Arthur can't write it down. Because they haven't invented the fucking words. We don't have the fucking words. And the worst thing is, could have stayed at school, but we volunteered. Still don't have the fucking words.
Should you choose to depart, Tommy, either by your own hand or someone else's, the person who would take your place is legally, financially, everything. I need to know there'll be something left.
Well, you know, because in my head I still pay you for it. Good luck with me. I have business.
There'll be 2 brown bottles sitting on the wall. 2 brown bottles
I love you,
sitting
Tommy.
on the wall. And if one brown bottle should accidentally fall. 1 brown bottle sitting on the wall.
Tommy Gray, ladies and gentlemen.
Bottle sitting
He's so mean, you need a spanner to get 50p out of his hand.
Accidentally fall.
Kiss a kiss.
There'll be no more bottles. And no more wall.
Hey, takes it out of you, that one. It's funny, though.
So you don't remember Bernie Clifton's dressing room?
No, I don't. Why'd you have to keep bringing that up?
We were on stage, Glasgow Pavilion, doing brown bottles. You walked off to get the broom, you never came back. You left me standing there, humiliated, vamping for 10 minutes, while the audience started slow hand clapping, people shouting, "Where's the funny one?" I walked off to find you in Bernie Clifton's dressing room, lying on the floor, choking in your own vomit.
Probably because I just necked 7 bottles of beer in 3 minutes.
Yeah, and how many times a week did you do that?
I can't remember.
Of course you can't remember. I'm surprised you remember anything from 83 to 87, the amount you drank.
What are you saying?
You nearly died, Len. You're an alcoholic. And Bernie Clifton's dressing room was the last straw. He had to destroy that ostrich, you know.
No, he didn't.
He did. 25 quid I had to give him, which I never saw back.
Well, it's very stressful going out on stage every night, making people laugh.
You don't need to tell me that.
How would you know, Thomas? I was the one on the front foot driving it. You just stood there like a fucking pillar box.
Oh, and that's why you were drunk for 10 years, is it?
Oh, don't exaggerate.
You said I killed cheese and crackers. Because I was miserable. Why do you think they wouldn't have you on Blanksy Blank? Well, we died a death on Cracker Jack. It was you. You're always pissed. I loved performing. I loved being on stage every night. Nothing gave me more joy.
So why did you leave it all then?
To save you. You turned into a monster after 6.5 hours on Anglia. I was frightened if we got any bigger. You were killing yourself. So I walked away.
But you came back, didn't you?
Yes, and I wish I'd never bothered! No. Just going through my speech. Hard to find the right word.